the Panda strawweight world champion Xiong Jing Nan。现在我们有我们的女子重量级世界冠军Xiong Jing Nan和我们在一起。Jing Nan你好吗？
好 ，Jenny，How are you？
我会从英文读，然后讲中文，可以吗？
可以，可以。
Okay. We got a first question of the day from Fight Game Asia. Going outside of one championship, where do you rank among the best female strawweights in the world? Is a bout with UFC champion Zhang Weili something that interests you? And hypothetically, how do you think you could win that fight? One championship 外面，你觉得你自己的女子重量级排名在哪里？然后 UFC 的冠军张伟丽和他一起比赛会对你有兴趣吗？和你觉得你会怎么赢那场比赛？
对于我来说，如果我俩对决，其实对于我来讲，我还是蛮期待的这场比赛，因为在很多外人看来，他有很多的猜测，也有猜测我，也有猜测他的。然后对于我来讲，最大的原因是在于自己内心足够强大了。其实我俩各有各的好，也有各有各的优点。然后主要是我们两个人都是在为国争光嘛，对于我来讲很有看头。因为有太多的猜测，包括我自己，我想他也有很多的猜测。
She says that this is a matchup that she really would be looking forward to. A lot of Chinese media have been talking about how that matchup would go. She says that they both have their own strengths, and she would be really looking forward to testing her skills out against someone like Zhang Weili. 下一个问题，你有没有看 Tiffany Teo 的上两场比赛？然后你觉得他最大的进步是什么？
我有看他的这几场比赛，所以让我感觉到很惊讶的是，他不仅在技术上有了一个很大的提高，而且更重要的，我发现他的内心变得很强大。其实一个运动员的内心很强大是一个很重要的一个事情。
Sorry, that question was from Conan Atlantis, and his question was, did you identify any changes in Tiffany's skill set from her last two wins? And Jing Nan just replied with, the biggest difference she saw was her mental game. She saw that Tiffany Teo came back with a new sense of discipline and determination, and that is the biggest thing that she saw. Next question from Santos Kumar. How was your preparation been given the COVID-19 situation? 这个 Santos Kumar 问你，你这个 COVID-19 的情况，你的准备有怎么样？
其实在这个特殊时期，对于我来讲，备战是有一定的影响，因为还是不能以100%的一个状态来去备战，因为很多的原因是不可以做两个人近距离接触的一些训练，所以只能做一些单一的，所以对技术方面还是有一些的局限，所以很困难。这段时间的备战确实是很困难，有时候困难到需要一个人去完成训练。
She said that during this COVID-19 situation, it was really affected her training because in Singapore, they hadn't really allowed body-to-body contact, so she hasn't really been able to grapple that much to really work on the ground game, but she's working on the other aspects, striking and strength and conditioning. The next question, what have you been training with at Evolve? And what have you been working on over the past month? 你现在在 Evolve 训练有什么专心什么哪一个部分吗？还有你这3个月有在进步什么？
其实话又说到前面的一个问题了，就是因为特殊时期，然后可能不能够让我去展现我之前在Evolve训练的一些东西，因为正好在这个特殊时期，正好这个比赛遇到了这个特殊时期，所以很多项目是无法去完成，所以还是刚才那句话，只能做一些单人的一些训练。然后其实之前有我和艾利克苏瓦教练教给我的一些东西，我可能没有。
How do you rate Tiffany Teo's skills? 你觉得 Tiffany Teo 技术上怎么样？
我认为之前我们俩从第一开始打第一场比赛的时候，我就有知道他是一个很全面的运动员。然在经过上次我有看他的比赛，发现他在他的技术不管 管是地面呀，还是锤击，还是她的站立方面都更有所提高。
She says that from the first outing together, she already knew that Tiffany Teo was a well-rounded athlete. She also says that it's going to be an incredible bout. 我忘了你说最后一个是最后部分是什么？
就是她技术，所有的技术都是一个很综合的一个，不管是站立还是地面，都是综合的一个运动员。
And she says Tiffany Teo is just well-rounded everywhere. Next question here from Leon Jennings of Asian Persuasion MMA. 下一个问题是 Leon Jennings 从 Asian Persuasion MMA. What did you learn about yourself in your loss to Angela in the last fight? What improvements can we see from you? 你从上一场比赛和 Angela Lee 打了过后，你学到了什么东西？我们可以看到最大的进步是什么？
其实我在每一场比赛中和每一个运动员比赛结束之后，其实我都能获到一个自己不足的一个地方。所以通过上一次和安吉拉里在打的时候，我发现自己其实存在着很多的问题，不管是技术上还是自己的战术上都有很多的问题。但是经过那场比赛，我能够让自己更清楚地认识到自己的一些问题，包括我地面的一些不足，我有在比赛结束以后有自己去更多的找教练一起去练习，弥补我地面的一些技术。
She says that before every bout, after every bout, she gets to see where she is, where she's lacking. And in the Angela Lee bout, she got to see a little bit of maybe a hole in her strategy and in the ground game as well. She says that she's been working on that a lot. And she's going to bring all those new information and new skills into this next one. Next question here from YWZD. I don't know what that means. You saw Tiffany Teo cut her hair. What do you think about that? 你有没有看到 Tiffany Teo 把她头发剪掉？
我还是蛮惊讶的。我有看到她把头发剪掉了，我能感觉到她为什么能剪掉，但是我不知道她真实想剪掉的头发的原因和我想的是否一样。
She says she did notice that haircut. She thinks that she maybe has a reason to why she would cut her hair, but she doesn't know if the real meaning aligns with what she thinks the reason is. Next question from Nick Atkin, South China Morning Post. Would you be interested in competing in the Atomweight Grand Prix? 这个 Nick Atkin 的 South China Morning Post 问你对那个现在 Angela Lee 会不在一年多，你觉得你会不会有兴趣在那个 Atomweight Grand Prix 里面那个就是那8个人一起比赛的？
会，我认为我还是蛮感兴趣的。就是我曾经说过一句话，作为一名运动员，要不断的去挑战，一些自己想去尝试的一些，不管是任何的一个项目的比赛。所以对于我来讲，只要有机会，我都会抓住每一场机会。
She said she would be very interested in the Atomweight Grand Prix. She is an athlete that really looks forward to challenges, and that is a big challenge that she would like to have in the future. 下一个问题 From China Media, this question asks, where did you think Teo improved on since her last fights with Nicolini and Miura? We touched a little bit about that, but I'm gonna ask her again. 你觉得 Tiffany Teo 进步最多的方面是哪一个？我从她和 Nicolini 和 Ayaka Miura 比赛过后，进步最多是什么？
我认为是他的心理进步了，真的很厉害。因为我们在第一次比赛的时候，我发现他的心理还是有一点点的，不是说不自信吧，可能没有那么的强大。但是经过上次的比赛之后，尤其是他这一次把头发剪掉之后，我能够完全的感觉到他是一个换了一个新的一个 Tiffany， 所以让我更知道他变得更加的强大。
She says again, it's the biggest thing that she sees is the mental side of it. Watching her go through the struggles in those 2 fights, and then even now, shaving her head off. Jing Nan says that she sees her really becoming a new and completely different athlete, and she's excited for what Tiffany Teo is going to bring. Next question from Nick Akin again from South China Morning Post. Do you think Angela would need to win some fights at strawweight first before she challenges you again for the title? 这是 Nick Akin 的问题。你觉得 Angela Lee 会不会要在草量级上赢几场比赛才能再和你打一遍？
但是我知道他在我的这个级别已经输过2次了。如果他真的想再来我的抬头上打的话，我认为他至少要赢2场以上，这是最少的要赢2场以上，因为毕竟他在我这里已经输了2场了。所以对于我来讲，我没有要求太高，他只要把他输了这几场补上就 OK 了。我随时都在等他，或者是我去他的级别都是没有问题的。
Jing Nan says for Angela to challenge her again at strawweight, she would need to win at least two fights, and that's what she strongly believes in. But saying that is a match that Jing Nan is very interested in at strawweight, or even Jing Nan moving back down to atomweight. That's a big bout that one she's definitely interested in. Another question here: can you tell fans what they should expect in this fight, and how do you think it'll play out? 你可以和你的 fans 说他们这一场比赛能看到什么？我们可以，你觉得这场比赛会怎么过？
其实今年是真的很难的一年，不管是所有的问题吧，生活上还是训练中，我遇到太多的困难，但是我都坚持走过来，也克服了很多的困难。可能是这一次的备战不能够达到我很满意的一个程度，但是我还是尽我自己最大的努力，展现给我的朋友一个全新的靖南，让你们看到一个不同的靖南，然后把我自己所在这场比赛备战中的努力展现给大家。
She says this has been an incredibly difficult year for her personally and with the training situation as well, but she's doing her absolute best, and you can expect that Jing Nan will be a new and different fighter, and she's really, as she always does, she's going to give her best to this fight. Next question from Zhao of China Media. Who do you think is your biggest threat in the women's division now? 这是 Zhao 的中国媒体问的问题。你觉得谁是你在女子茶量级最厉害的？
目前我认为每一个选手都是最强大的。为什么这样说？其实我不想单一的说出来是谁，因为每个人都有一个属于自己，别人无法代替的，任何人无法代替你自己最强大的一个杀手锏，就是比如说你最强大的一个技术，是任何一个人无法去代替的。其实每一个运动员对于我来讲都有着一个不小的一个挑战，所以我认为每一个运动员都是我很大的一个对手，因为他们每个人都有自己最好最优秀，是任何人无法去超越的一个技术。
Jing Nan says that she can't really put one name to it. She thinks everyone in that strawweight division, the top 5, each have their own strengths and weaknesses. And the strengths that they have makes them unique in what they do. And Jing Nan thinks they all have their strengths, and they're all really tough competitors and incredibly threat to her. Next question here from Fight Game Asia. Do you expect another grueling war with Tiffany Teo? How confident are you that you can dominate this time around and end this bout earlier? 这是 Fight Game Asia 的问题。你有没有在准备给一个和上一场比赛一样4回5回的一个比赛？然后你有没有那个信心你可以从第1回到第5回就把它赢？
其实这一次我是给自己一个怎么说呢？我其实是这一次给自己一个目标，就是说以最快的一个方式，我最喜欢的一个 KO 的方式去终结对手，拿下比赛。但是我在备战过程中还是做了最充分的5个回合的体能的一个训练。
Jing Nan says she's really looking to knock her out in the first round. She's been really aiming for that. But in the training, she's been training hard for a 5-round battle if it goes to 5 rounds. 谢谢。Next question again from Nick Atkin. Would you like to see one sign more strawweights to make the division deeper, like they're doing in atomweight? 这是 Nick Atkin 的问题。你有没有要 One Championship 签比较多超量级的女生，像这个 atomweight 他们签了很多新的女生。
我没明白第一个什么意思。
就是你有没有想要 One Championship 签多的女生从别的外国进来？
当然愿意啦，因为是，我很想和不同的选手，更多优秀的选手去相互的学习，因为在比赛的过程中能够提升自己，去不断的挑战自己。我本身就是一个喜欢挑战自我的一个运动员。
She says absolutely. She is the type of person that wants to challenge herself with the best in the world, and having new girls come in and mix up that division is something exciting for her and something that she can test herself with. Next question from Zhao China Media. Are you interested in transitioning to kickboxing or Muay Thai? 这是中国媒体的Zhao。你有没有对就是 kickboxing 和泰拳比赛有兴趣？
我在很久之前我就有想过，以前我的 Mike 教练也有问过我，所以我有想过这个问题，就是可以去尝试一些别的，包括是泰拳的比赛啊，还是 Kickboxing 的一些比赛啊，这都是在对自己的一个挑战，一个学习的机会。Yeah.
She said her old coach Mike did approach her about kickboxing and Muay Thai, and she thinks she already had this idea a long time ago as well. And having one or two bouts in that kickboxing and Muay Thai is something that she's really interested in and something that she would like to test herself against. Another question as well. 你觉得你和 Stamp Fairtex 的比赛会怎么样？
我和谁
？Stamp Fairtex 就是战力。
有想过这个不好说啊。他是一个非常优秀的运动员，别人都能看到，不管是技术还是力量上都很有爆发，给人一种视观感非常的强。但是同时，一样是我认为我自己的战力也是很优秀的，所以我俩会擦出一个不同的火花。然后对于我来讲，还是蛮期待的。I
think the matchup with Stamp Fairtex would be incredible. She says, like everybody can see, Stamp Fairtex is very explosive. She's very technically proficient. But Jing Nan believes that her skills match up really well against Stamp Fairtex. And that matchup is something that will be incredible, not just for us, but for the fans everywhere. Next question from Fight Game Asia. Do you think the level of talent of women in ONE is on par with the UFC? And how do you think you would stack up against the best Western talents in the world? And do you think cross-promotion fights are necessary to truly determine who is the best? 这是 Fight Game Asia 的问题。你觉得 One Championship 的女子重量和 UFC 的女子在一样的水准吗？然后你觉得你自己和就是西方的女生一起打会有什么成绩？然后你觉得这些 One Championship 和 UFC 女生最好的女生最能一起打，会不会真的看到谁是最好，世界最厉害？
这些东西都是不好说的，因为在任何的比赛的时候，都是一个未知，场上的变化谁都不知道。我也不希望外界的人拿一个别的赛事和 One Championship 来做一个比较。我认为因为每一个赛事都有不同国家优秀的运动员，这个赛事是国际的赛事，大家可以看到很多不同国家最优秀顶级的运动员站在这个赛事上，所以如果真的是两个赛事所有优秀的运动员集中在一起，相信会看到更优秀的运动员出现，但是也同时我希望每一个人能够看到运动员最真实内心最强大的一面，而不是仅限于看到他在比赛场上的比赛的结果。对于我Xiong Jing Nan来讲， 最重要的不是说你要看到你比赛的结果，而是看到你内心最真诚、最真实，还有你发自内心的一个综合格斗，一个运动员作为运动员的一个精神，一个尊重。
That was a powerful one. I'll try my best. She says that each promotion has their own strengths. There's so many talented women out there, but for Jing Nan, she says the biggest thing is for her to hope that people see that when they compete, it's not about the winning or losing. It's about that martial arts spirit, them really battling through and showcasing their skills to the world. That's a bigger thing for her than winning the belt or wins and losses. 下一个问题 Next question. Let's see. From Go, we have Zhang in the UFC, and you're conquering one championship. Do you think Chinese women fighters are dominating the MMA world? Tell us why Chinese women are so strong. 这是 Go 的问题。我们有在 UFC 的张伟丽，然后在 One Championship 的你，你觉得是不是中国的女生拳手在就是很好，世界里很好 ？I'm trying my best. 你觉得你可以跟我们讲为什么中国的女生那么厉害？
怎么说呢？我认为每一个地方都有很优秀的人，只是看他有没有这个机会去展现出他自己优秀的一面。包括我此时此刻的我，或者说张伟丽一样，只是我们得到了一个机会，能够让展现给大家看到中国的力量。所以中国女生现在也有很多非常优秀的运动员，她们正在我们后面慢慢往上走。所以大家会慢慢看到更多中国优秀的运动员出现在国际的赛场上。
Jing Nan says there's a lot of talent coming out of China. It's about the opportunities and really grasping and taking hold of those opportunities. Like Jing Nan herself, everything that she's got is from her securing her opportunities. Same thing with Zhang Weili. And she says that there's a lot of up-and-coming Chinese MMA fighters coming down in the smaller shows, coming up in the smaller shows. And in the future, you're going to see more and more Chinese female athletes competing in the world stage. Next question from Andrew Whitelaw. How do you feel about facing a Singaporean in your newly adopted home of Singapore? 这是 Andrew Whitelaw 的问题。你感觉到怎么样？你在新加坡和你这个新的家新加坡和一个新加坡女生比赛，感觉到怎么样？
其实我很喜欢新加坡这个国家，然后我现在是在新加坡和新加坡的本地选手比赛，对我来讲没有太多的一个变化，不管是在他的国家来比赛也好，或者是怎样，对于我来讲，只要把自己的心态放平了，做我最初的那个Xiong Jing Nan，我相信自己没问题。
Jing Nan says that she really is enjoying Singapore and she really loves living over there. Doesn't think that challenging Tiffany Teo or contending against or defending her title against Tiffany Teo will be a big issue. She thinks as long as she goes out and gives her best the way that she does with her determination and skill, she thinks she'll be fine. Next question. How do you see this fight going? 你自己觉得这比赛会怎么样？就是成数怎么样？
我感觉会和第一次有所不同，因为我们俩经过这2年，两个人都有所变化，不管是技术上还是心理上，然后总之和第一次比赛肯定是完全不同，但是这个不同我也说不好，但是敬请大家期待吧，我认为会很精彩。
He says that it's going to go very different to the first bout. They both have grown so much since their first meeting. And she says, you guys just have to tune in and watch. She thinks it's going to be a really good bout. Last question. You have the strawweight belt, and of course you're going to defend it for as long as you're a champion. But what are the other goals in your career? What is there left for you to achieve? And how long do you foresee yourself doing this? So 最后一个问题是，你有的那个产量级世界冠军，然后你会把它就是 defend。你有比赛以外，你有什么目标吗？你觉得你自己在 就是打这个 MMA 的时间还有多久？
曾经我有想过这个问题，但是近期没有想太多，是因为，经过这次特殊时期，让我成长了许多。我认为是我们每个人应该先活在当下，不要想以后的事情，因为你现在的事情你还没有做到，还没有去完成，你为什么要去想以后的事情呢？然后对于我来讲，就是走好我自己的每一步，每一场比赛，努力的去拿下，然后捍卫我的荣誉，捍卫我的金腰带。因为惊喜和意外谁都不知道哪个先来，所以让我们好好把握今天，好好活在当下，珍惜当下。
Another powerful one. I'm going to try my best again. She says this COVID situation has really taught her a lot, that there's really no point in looking in the future. All that we have is now. And all that we can do is just do the best that we can now in the present moment in time. And then not look too far into the future. That's it. 我们就完了，谢谢你的时间。
谢谢你，谢谢你，佳丽。
让我打电话给你可以吗？
好。
好，你好好休息，好好休息。